October 12th, 2022. An organized shoplifting gang hits 3 separate branches of Morrison's in the same day, taking around £1,000 worth of goods off the shelf each time and walking straight out of the door. In the next several months, this gang will hit over 50 more branches of Morrison's in more than 30 counties across England and Wales, stealing over £120,000 worth of stock. Who are these people? Why did they do this? And where on earth did they sell £120,000 worth of items from Morrison's? I'm on the hunt for Britain's shoplifting gangs.
It's a mass scale that we've never had before. It's not people stealing to feed themselves, it's stealing to order.
Going undercover.
How do you get this so cheap?
This is because they're being stolen.
To find out where all this stolen stuff is ending up.
I'll sell it across the globe. Middle East, Africa, whoever, Europe.
And who's behind this new wave of crime?
Now's the moment. Going.
I'm more used to investigating things like drug cartels and human trafficking than shoplifting. But I think there's more than meets the eye to the UK's shoplifting epidemic. I mean, it might seem like a petty crime, but when you look at the volume of stuff being stolen, it's clearly orchestrated. The UK's rate of shoplifting is currently at the highest level since records began, with 900 incidents every hour, adding up to £1.8 billion worth in 2023. This is adding an extra £133 a year to our household bills. Police estimate a quarter of incidents are now down to organised shoplifting gangs, who are crisscrossing the country to steal an unprecedented volume of stock from retailers. And this Morrison's shoplifting spree group were one of the first to do this kind of mobile, organised shoplifting format. So I'm convinced if I can just find out who is behind that and where all that stuff was ending up, I'll be able to figure out what's really behind the UK's rise in shoplifting. To do this, I need to speak to the people who first noticed the Morrison's gang. 70% of retailers believe police aren't doing enough to stop organised shoplifting, leading them to now spend hundreds of millions of pounds on their own security measures and intelligence analysts to tackle it. It's thanks to one of them, a woman named Rachel Gillett, who pieced together dozens of hours of CCTV that we now know about this gang.
Perfect. So this is our crime and investigations department. So this is where we deal with organised crime across the business.
How did you first discover that this group was doing this?
So it was actually my first day with the business. I picked up an incident, noticed some strange behaviour on one of our incident reporting platforms. We thought it was just one of our normal groups, probably quite low value. It was actually in the January and February that all of a sudden we had a huge spike in incidents, and we realised that actually this was a serious group. And we mapped the MO and we found other stores that had been targeted. There were at least 80 incidents. And we found out it was the same individuals. Those 4 were travelling the whole country. They were going to stores, stealing high-value health and beauty products, ink products, and also alcohol products. In total, it was around £120,000.
£120,000 stolen from Morrison's all across the country?
Yes, and this was our largest investigation we've ever done to date.
So tell me about their tactics.
So they had someone that would go around the store and that they would monitor and surveillance basically the whole area to work out what they needed to do to get away with the stock. So you'd have 1 spotter and 2 people taking the products. That's how they usually operated. They would go through a variety of different products, and here they're taking alcohol products, selecting a large quantity, as you can see there, filling the trolley as much as possible. So this is another example of the type of incidents they would do. So in this, you can see you've got your Oral-B products.
Toothbrushes.
Picking up the toothbrush heads, but not just one at a time, the whole casing. Probably easily about £500 she's just picked up there, just like that.
Wow, toothbrush
Oral-B.
heads.
Yes. And then what she'll do is she'll go to an aisle and put that in her backpack. And she's picked a location where we've got a card stand and is concealing the stock.
From the CCTV camera?
Yes.
How does she know where all the CCTV cameras are?
It's exactly what the spotter would have been doing. Checking the best spots to go and conceal in. That's all part of what they would do.
This level of organization, this volume of product, the quantity of hits that they're doing in a short space of time, someone or some organization must be directing them, because how else could they be doing it?
Definitely the spotter was in control, was overseeing what was happening within the operations, would never touch the products, would never risk that, would just be a distant look. So they were definitely more senior than the people that were selecting and taking that higher risk of walking out the store with those products. And we were going to police forces and they had no idea who the suspects were. Facial recognition came back as a negative. They didn't know who they were, had never been arrested in England before. We were using intelligence alerts across the business, so we got one up there that we share to all of our guards and store managers to spread awareness of who to look out for. Now they're wanted across the country.
If I can find this spotter, I'll be able to find out who he's working for and what or who is really behind the UK's rise in organised shoplifting. But where do I start? We know from retailers that a huge quantity of goods like razors, makeup, over-the-counter medication are constantly being shoplifted from their shops. What we don't know is where the bulk of all those goods is ending up. Where are they being sold? Where do you sell £100,000 worth of eyeliner? The one bit of information I do have is I got a tip-off from a private security company that works on behalf of retailers that some of these goods are ending up at car boot sales in Essex. So that's my first port of call. How'd you get them so cheap? Why not? Many of the vendors I speak to become suspicious when I ask them where their brand new off-the-shelf items came from. Cool, all right, thank you. Car boot sales are not meant to allow the sale of new goods, and it's the police's job to inspect them. They may think that's what I'm doing.
I have this one, Coco Chanel.
Oh, okay. So this is definitely real, yeah?
Yeah, real.
So where did you guys get them?
This is one to my son.
Isn't this a women's perfume there? Although this stuff may appear stolen, the only way we can prove that it is if someone admits to it on camera. But who would ever do that? How do you get this so cheap?
I'll get them so cheap. This is because they're being stolen stuff.
They're stolen. Apparently this guy, Fuzi. The huge amount of cheap razors he's selling makes me suspect he's working with an organised shoplifting gang. To get him to open up, I pose as a potential bulk buyer. Do you do big orders? Because my friend runs a shop.
Oh, I see.
Do you do big orders for like large amounts?
Yes, I do big quantity. If you want to take my number, if you want,
yeah.
Just text me.
And would they be stolen? Would they be stolen, these ones?
Yes, you know, it's secret.
Yeah. Okay, what's your number?
It's 074.
Yeah.
Send me your name. Text me.
Okay, perfect.
Text me your name and nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, man. I will do. Good to meet you. Have a good one. You too. Thank you. I travel to car boot sales across Essex and find multiple vendors selling stolen goods. These aren't counterfeit, right? They're real?
This is not boots. This is in the Poundland. This is in the boots.
Poundland boots. Sunt Ferrate.
Yes, Ferrate.
Some of them seem to belong to organized groups who drive away when I question them. So, do you guys do...
No, we're not interested. We come boots at all.
Oh, the boot sales only? Okay. Okay. With 25% more people visiting car booths since the cost of living crisis, stolen goods have never been easier to sell. But my focus isn't the vendors, it's the organized shoplifting gangs I suspect they're connected to. So I arrange another meeting with Fuzi to find out more.
On Sunday.
Whereabouts?
Sunday in the market, come in the market. I'll see you next week, yeah?
Yeah, anytime, sir, anytime.
Yeah, man.
How you doing, bro?
What's going on?
I found you, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's
You never been here.
No, you could
It's
get
nice, it's
everything.
good. Yeah, whatever you like, I know. I met another big guy who can bring me big stuff.
Okay.
Which kind of, do you need this kind of like
Razors.
razors?
Yeah, toothbrushes is a good one. Toothbrushes is basically everything.
Everything, yes. I'll get you, I'll bring it to you. I'll bring it even to your shop.
Are these, they're not counterfeit, are they?
I'm sorry, no. £6, sir, £6. This is coming from Boots, coming from Superjob,
Okay.
coming from Sainsbury.
Would it be possible to arrange a meeting with me, you, and them?
No, I don't show you these people. Because of his protection, you know?
Why does he need to be protected?
Oh, my friend, what are you asking me why? This stuff has come to kill my energy, and already wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like you, I buy and sell.
Okay. All right, man. Sounds good.
well,
I'll see you. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah,
Good to meet you, man.
Give me a shot, yeah?
All right, will do.
All right.
See ya. By claiming to have access to enough supply to stock an entire shop, Fuzi has given us a glimpse of just how big the black market for stolen retail goods is. But ultimately, he's unwilling to give up the mysterious people providing him with these goods. So we're not going to be able to speak to a gang this way. Luckily, the police are about to provide us with a crucial lead on the Morrison's gang, after a security guard spots them in Norfolk. A gang of 4 have recently been identified shoplifting stock worth over £120,000 from over 50 Morrisons across the country. And I'm looking for the ringleader, because I want to know where all these goods are going. Last year, retailers spent £1.2 billion on security measures to stem shoplifting. In Morrison's case, it may be about to pay off. Morrison's intelligence team circulated images of the gang to security officers stationed in every branch. One spotted the group walk in and immediately notified the police. The ringleader got away. But police were able to catch the 2 who actually took the items off the shelves in a car park across town.
Hello, can you two just wait there a minute? Wait there. Have you just been into Morrison's? What do you reckon?
That's what she just put down.
Yeah, she had it on underneath her thing. Okay, at the minute you're under arrest for going equipped to steal, okay? So you don't have to say anything, but it may have a defensive do not mention when questioned, something which will only lie in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence, okay? So the necessity for your arrest is for an interview, okay?
In their interview with police, they reveal key information about who is in charge.
There's evidence via CCTV linking you and others to theft from shops at various Morrisons up and down this country. You haven't done this before, had you? I think you said before at a previous meeting. But what you're saying is you were just dragged along. You weren't a ringleader. I'm down to that. Who was the ringleader? Would you say?
I would say Zeno.
Okay. Then I Google it.
Yes.
So we finally have a name for the ringleader, Zeno Gugalan. He's currently on the run from police, who have been unable to track him down. The lead police investigator has agreed to an interview.
So this is the control room. And this is where we are.
All right, so what's this here? Is this the footage of the arrest?
Yes, so what this shows here is on the 2nd of May, it shows the two offenders that stayed in the area, and we think those two are the ones that were just tasked to doing the thefts. Romanian nationals being paid £50 per shop that they stole from, and not the leading offender, Mr. Gugalan, who was never caught. And he was linked to 54 different offences. So the main instigator as such, he was the ringleader. Again, Romanian national. He had the shoplifting list, and he would no doubt instruct the two worker bees in the back to get out and do their stuff. It's just frustrating that we've never actually got hold of him yet.
So when they were stealing these goods from Morrison's up and down the country, where did the goods end up?
Myself and our team are all retired detectives, so we are used to investigating higher level crimes, but we put those methods into the investigation into the Morrison's 4, which is actually called Operation Hemsworth. There's 27 forces involved, and then once we put them under our microscope, the phone work, ANPR, all sorts of CCTV from up and down the country, we then identified where they'd been. The offences take place around the country. At some point, they all go back to what you call the stash house. It was just literally like a warehouse. It was like a mini Morrison's in their house, really.
89 boxes of Strepsils.
150 Lemsip Max cold and flu. There's 108 Sudocrem tubs, batteries, 331 Sensodyne toothpaste.
That's a lot of toothpaste.
I've never dealt with anyone that's stolen 331 boxes of toothpaste, I must admit. Crazy.
It's just so weird to think of these organised groups running all over the country, stealing hundreds of packets of Strepsils and toothpaste. Like, what's their plan?
I don't know what they were going to do with them, but these are, like you say, a strange shopping list which must be getting sent somewhere to benefit someone.
So who is behind all of this?
We never did find out where the items went to or who really profited from these series of thefts, but there was a hub of operations around that area of Northampton, which were known to local forces in the Midlands, with the possibility of being linked to organised crime.
Did the Midlands police forces suggest what sort of organised crime or what sort of organised crime groups?
It was just thefts, but also facilitating sort of illegal entry into the country.
So someone's bringing them in for this?
That was the assumption from the offenders that we spoke to, yeah.
Could there be a Romanian organised crime group operating in Northampton that's bringing people into the country to shoplift?
Yes, but I can't discuss that because there is ongoing work. Our first step is to get hold of Mr. Gugalan, who's currently out as wanted. I'm hopeful that before I retire again, I'll get the chance to speak to Mr. Gugalan to then allow us to move forward with the next level up the organised crime group, really.
My goal now is to do what the police have so far been unable to do. Find Zeno Gugalan. One thing is clear. Duncan seems to believe that the gang had a base of operations around Northampton. Police have told us that new shoplifting gangs using the same techniques as the Morrison's group are now appearing. One has just been identified by a new centralized police unit set up to tackle organized shoplifting. This gang, funnily enough, is also based in Northampton.
So we can arrest one group who will be doing a similar kind of MO, and then it seems to sweep across the nation. So there's got to be kind of someone that's kind of overseeing it, because I'm not sure how otherwise these kind of MOs are being communicated.
Just like the Morrison's gang, this group operates around the country, uses rucksacks, a spotter, seems to operate from a shopping list, and targets one specific retailer. In their case, hitting 49 branches of Holland and Barrett in quick succession. Police spot the car used in the shoplifts parked outside an address of interest.
Vehicle is parked up.
That's the vehicle.
Yeah.
Please, can you come to the door?
What's really interesting is where we are right now is next to the stash house that the Morrisons 4 used to store their shoplifted goods. And the police have spoken of 2 other groups that either were based in Northampton or came here to drop off their stolen goods before going somewhere else. So clearly there's something going on in Northampton.
Do you know who lives next door in the flat?
Now that
They've left the country, potentially. They're gonna leave, yeah. We need to get them circulated, don't we? Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes.
Right, let's...
So they've checked several addresses. The people they're looking for are nowhere to be found. They saw the guy's brother. He claimed they hadn't spoken in 2 years, even though they do live right next to each other. And this here is the car that was used in a lot of the thefts, but there's no one in it, and it seems to have been here for a while. So, as far as we know, these people could be anywhere. Today's outcome is a familiar one. Shoplifting offenses are at their highest figure since records began in 2003. But there are only a quarter of the number of prosecutions now as there were a decade ago. One thing's for certain. Everything points to some kind of criminal network in Northampton. Zeno Gugulan, or people who know him, must be here. Our hunt for the ringleader of an organized shoplifting gang is taking us to Northampton. The police gave us an address for Zeno, but we couldn't find him or anyone who knew him there. We did find that he has various social media connections to a group of men who belong to an organized crime group involved in smuggling, also based in Northampton. And these men, they all have this cross tattoo on their neck, and that's basically a Russian mafia symbol that's made its way into Romanian organized crime. We've traced these men to an address which we can't disclose in Northampton, where they frequently hang out. I think they might know where Zeno is, but I don't think I'll just be able to walk in and ask. Victor! To do that, I've enlisted the help of an old friend, Romanian investigative journalist Victor Ilie.
Such a nice Audi.
Thank you.
Hey.
Long time no see, man. How are you?
I'm looking for stolen goods.
Victor will go undercover as a recent Romanian immigrant and attempt to befriend these men in order to find out if they work with Zeno. So at this stage, he's just looking to make first contact. All right, now let's put those cameras down soon. Look, there he is. He's smoking outside. I wonder why he's not talking to them.
Looks like he's messaging you.
Oh, he says they are suspicious. He says, dude, these guys are proper mobsters. Let us know if you need extraction.
I think we're gonna have to go now.
Yo, talk to me. Victor?
Oh, I left the place.
You left.
Can we see each other?
The car park?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Hey, man.
Hey. Dude, well done. I'm glad you're alive.
I am.
Okay, so what happened? I thought I saw lots of people going in there.
My first impression is that I've met mafia bosses, not some hungry burglars, you know?
Okay, so was that guy there?
Yeah, this is the second cross-tattooed guy who was there,
So
the one
that's
who was investigated for being a tobacco smuggler.
And who are they?
This guy, and he's one of the bosses of one of the most important criminal organizations in Bucharest. A mob that has been investigated for street fights, loan sharking, tobacco smuggling, human trafficking, like human trafficking across Europe, from Sweden to Rome.
So these are some pretty serious people then, as serious as it gets, basically.
Yes.
And in this picture from Facebook, he's right there with the guy you just saw.
Yes.
That's crazy. On social media, one of the men Victor spotted can be seen in Northampton next to a high-ranking member of a Romanian organized crime group known as the Kira clan. And what gets even more interesting is that we know from court documents that Zino Gugulan was injured in a street fight by the enemies of the Kira clan back in Romania. I'm wondering whether this group could somehow be involved in bringing people into this country to shoplift, and also whether they know where Zino Gugulan is right now. Victor says the group took photos of his number plate, signaling their suspicion of him, so we're having to send in another undercover reporter. Mircea Barbu is pretending to be a goods driver looking for work. Hey.
Hi.
What happened?
So, strange, to say the least. I went in, and as soon as they saw me, they took my phone away, both phones. I had them in my hand, so I kind of had it like this, so that it doesn't show. They put it outside, and they closed the door. And they searched me, and they lifted my shirt. So that was scary. But it was quite intimidating, and you know, surrounded by three tall, tattooed, bald-shaved dudes.
They're huge, aren't they?
Yeah, they're quite big, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're definitely paranoid about new people.
Yeah,
approaching them.
So they think you're a cop?
They thought I'm a cop.
If this group is searching people for wires, then they're definitely too careful to give up the location of another criminal. So we'll have to find Zino another way. The police suspect that Zino entered the country anonymously, which effectively makes him invisible to law enforcement. We've checked his known addresses, we've tried to speak to his known associates, and he's basically nowhere to be found. Maybe he isn't here. I've been going back and forth over Zino's social media, desperate for clues about where he is. But all I could find was videos of him with this woman, who was the fourth member of the Morrison's gang. Then I had an idea. Basically, this got me thinking. I looked up their names in public records, and I actually found their marriage certificates. So about 2 months ago, these two got married in Bucharest. So if we want to find Zino, we're gonna have to go to Romania. I've met up again with Victor, who will be helping me find Zino in Bucharest.
I've got 3 addresses for Zeno, Mario Ștefăniță Gugulan.
Yeah, I saw those. We need to figure out which one to go to, though. So I did find this marriage certificate from 2 months ago. Is that in the same sector?
Yeah, it's pretty close to exactly the place we are here. It's in Sector 6. Yes.
Okay, well then let's go to that one. The first of 3 addresses we have to check is on a suburban street in Sector 6 of Bucharest. My director and I park on either side of the road and watch behind tinted windows. After so many dead ends, I've got little hope Zeno will appear. And then... Who's that? Is that him?
Yes,
that's him.
Zeno.
That's him. This man in a grey t-shirt was the ringleader of one of the first mobile organised shoplifting gangs to target the UK, is one of the only people who knows where the Morrisons' goods were going, is wanted by the police, and is standing several meters in front of me.
Try to approach him.
Wait. No, he's with his family. We don't want to do it while he's with his family.
Okay.
You see him talking to a guy with a white t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
What does the guy with the white t-shirt look like? Is he big? Is he like the kind of guy that could punch me in the face if I go speak to him?
I think all of them could punch you in the face.
Okay.
And I think they all would.
There he is. He's getting in his car? No, he's not. He's on foot. Now's the moment. Go ahead. Excuse me, do you speak English? Are you Zeno Gugulan?
Yes.
Hi, yes, I'm a journalist. I'm interested in the Morrisons' shoplifting spree that you orchestrated in England.
Hello.
Who are you stealing all that stuff for? Where was it being sold?
What?
All the stuff that was stolen from Morrisons up and down the country, where was it all being sold? Yes.
No. I'm speaking a little bit.
We're just journalists. We're just curious, like, where were you able to sell, you know, hundreds of packets of strepsils and Sudocrem and all that stuff that you were selling?
Se vând în Anglia, nu știți unde se vând lucrurile, se vând în Anglia. Spuneți că se vând în Anglia, la indieni.
They were sold in England? Whereabouts? In like, in shops? But you were stealing in such a high volume. You know, it wasn't just a small amount of stuff, so it would have been quite difficult to sell that unless you had some kind of plan, some kind of structure. Can you...
Sunt 1000 de hoți de români sunt în Anglia. Eu ce trebuie să merg în Anglia? De vine la mine acasă.
Yeah.
Toată lumea fură în Anglia să vinde la indieni. De ce nu se duc la indieni, peste indieni, să găsească cu marfă pe indieni?
How do you sell 100,000 pounds worth of stock from Morrisons without some kind of structure? Was someone above you, like in charge of the whole operation, helping you sell stuff?
Zile unde mergeți? E o piață, o...
Bedford. Yes.
Who were those people? Were they shop owners? Were they an organized crime group?
Deposit.
Un depozit. There is a wholesaling place there.
Don't worry. A wholesale place. What's it called, the wholesale place?
Sorry?
Just cum se cheamă depozitul?
Nu știu, nu știu.
In Bedford?
Yes.
Can you tell us any more information about it?
Zici ăla să se dea la o parte, dau peste...
Wait, he will be back in an hour and give us an interview.
Yeah, right.
Like a proper interview.
Oh, he's not gonna do that. Dude, come on. You believe that? He's not coming back. It turns out I was completely wrong. For some reason, Zeno agrees to an interview. You can't see them, but several men come with Zeno and stand behind our cameras. They frequently interject. And Zeno's story has changed since this morning.
Eu nu am nicio vină. Eu am fost plecat, am fost la muncă în Norvegia un an de zile, un an jumate. Ce vină am eu? Nu înțeleg.
Okay, but is this here, that's you, right? This is the CCTV from Morrison's?
Yes.
This is you?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the police. Is that your ID?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, yes. So then you were present for the Morrison's shoplifting.
Am fost, dar eu n-am furat nimic. Are vreo dovadă cineva că am furat eu ceva?
But then why are you in the CCTV? You just happened to be at every Morrison's when they were stealing?
S-a nimerit să fiu în magazin, n-am furat nimic. Eu nu am furat absolut nimic.
Okay, but then earlier today, when I saw you outside your house, you said that you were giving the goods to a wholesaler in Bedford.
N-am zis eu că am dus lucruri la indieni. Am zis că unde le vinde lumea, unde am auzit și eu că le vinde. N-am zis eu că să vând acolo. De ce mă întrebați pe mine unde sunt lucrurile? Că asta m-au întrebat. Deci eu n-am făcut nimic, eu am muncit, am ajuns să fur, dar n-am pentru o perioadă foarte mare. Nu știu eu cine face liber să facă ce vrea. Doar în Anglia să fură sau doar să fură în fiecare țară. Și în România să fură. It's finished. Go.
Okay.
Nu mai mă filma, gata?
Okay.
Nu mai mă filma, că îi dau camera jos.
Guys. Just stop the cameras.
Yeah, okay. Zeno's interview felt like an attempt to backtrack on the things he admitted to that morning. But it didn't matter, because he provided us with one crucial bit of information. He sold goods to a wholesaler in Bedford. Who is this wholesaler? And what were they doing with the goods? I'm back from Romania, where I managed to track down the ringleader of a shoplifting spree that targeted over 50 Morrisons branches across the UK. But he's given me a new target in the investigation, the wholesaler where he says he sold the goods. So Zeno said he was selling stuff on to an Indian wholesaler in Bedford. There's only one wholesaler in Bedford that's run by people who are Indian. And if you look at their website, they claim to be selling the same brands that Zeno and his crew were stealing. A lot of these brands are owned by Procter & Gamble, who I called, and Procter & Gamble said, we've got no contracts with Prime Value Distribution. Then I went to their website and found they're exhibiting similar products to the ones that were stolen from Morrisons all across the world, in Germany, the UK, in Africa. Now that doesn't prove anything, but if we can just somehow get in front of these guys, whether we pretend that we're trying to buy stuff or we have stuff for sale, maybe we'll figure out who these people are and whether they're actually knowingly or unknowingly working with thieves. I give Prime Value Distribution a call, pretending to be a shop owner looking to buy their stock.
We're not taking any new customers.
You're not
We don't have any stocks at the moment.
No? Oh, is your company closing down?
Yeah.
Wow, oh, sorry to hear that. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
Thank you, bye.
Okay, bye. The person I spoke to was keen to get me off the phone. In order to get him to open up, he needs a reason to trust us, so Victor calls him from a Romanian number pretending to have stock for sale.
I mean, is it the same kind of stuff Zeno Guguran used to sell you? Do you remember Zeno?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I mean, he was giving you invoices, or? I mean.
You can work on it. Just send me the offers, and then I will decide. Okay.
Okay. But do you buy bulk stuff, right?
Yes. Just send me the offer on WhatsApp, and then we'll decide. Okay.
Can you pay me in cash?
First, send me the offer, and then we will decide. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Someone from Prime Value Distribution asks Victor for a meeting. After an investigation that took us from Essex to Bucharest via Northampton, we may finally be about to find out what happens to the shoplifted goods stolen by organized crime. Something no one, not the police nor the retailers, have been able to figure out until now.
Okay, recording. We'll call you.
I'm parked outside, listening into their conversation.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
What do you do? You tell me. Then
From time to time, I can get a lot of merchandise, you know?
How do you, what is it?
I work exactly like Zeno. I work exactly like Zeno.
Yeah, I know him.
Okay.
But I don't remember. Please help me with that. I understood. So somebody is picking it from the shops and storing it in your warehouse, correct? In the house. You are alone or you have a team?
I have a team. I won't lie to you. How do I know I can trust you?
You can. You want to keep my phone somewhere?
It's not about that.
I'll switch off the phone. I'll tell you. I'll sell it across the globe. Middle East, Africa, whoever, Europe. Wherever I get the buyer, boom. So
you are very big.
anywhere.
Okay.
Understand? What else you do just this thing?
Yes.
Has anybody ever caught you?
No. Is that important? I mean, my team.
No, we're just asking how it brings you. So when I give you a requirement of something, you say you can bring it.
Yes.
And if I say 10,000 pieces of something, can you bring it?
Yeah. But it depends. I mean, not diamonds.
Where will you bring 10,000 pieces for us?
But how Zeno used to work? I mean, he's like this, right? Did you know Zeno's stuff was stolen?
No, I didn't bother.
No.
I didn't bother asking.
Let me know if I understood correctly. Like, you are a huge wholesaler. You are buying a lot of stuff. When you buy stuff from people like me or Zeno, you just put the petty stuff we have within the bigger picture. Okay. Okay, thanks, man. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Listen.
Hey, man.
Hey.
I feel like I've met a big-time intermediary. Dealing with shoplifters is just a side business for this big-time trader I've just met.
Film.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, Ilaya. Also, one more thing. You know, I will look for people, Indian people and Pakistani people, because I do visa business as well.
Can you, I didn't get this. What's the visa business?
Okay. There are people who don't have passport and who don't have visa in the UK. Okay?
Okay.
So, if they marry a Romanian on papers, okay?
Okay.
Then what happens is that after 5 years, the person gets settlement in the UK. Because my clients pays £250 every month to the person.
Okay, like a salary to stay married, right?
To stay married, But it's an arrangement. The government doesn't know, but it's marriage, legal marriage on papers. Okay.
But let me.
Where you were sitting across the coffee shop, there was a petrol station. Meet me there. Then I'll talk to you.
You go.
You cannot imagine how much money we make.
With
visa. If I bring you clients, you just have to meet, and we do all the things, You tell visa, I do visa all across the world. All across the world.
Okay. Is this safe for the people?
Safe. I only deal with people like you and me. And we all stay low return. Okay?
Okay.
That's why I said I'll mention you the visa thing.
Thanks.
Okay.
Cheers. Bye, man.
Okay. So next time if I get the visa, you as well.
Okay. Bye.
This is wild. This entire investigation has started out looking into shoplifting strepsils, and now we're investigating what appears to be some kind of illegal visa program criminal organization. Every step of our investigation has revealed another layer of criminality, leaving us finally with this man and prime value distribution. From the car boot sales to at least the one wholesale distributor that we met, there's clearly a thriving black market for shoplifted goods in the UK. Someone's bringing people into the country to do it, giving them lists of what to steal, and then helping them distribute those goods through that black market. We've all seen the rise in shoplifting. Our investigation has shown that those individual incidents are actually just the visible part of a coordinated attack on the high street by international criminals who see the UK as a soft target. The key to solving this crime wave is for it to be tackled not as a street crime, but as what it is, an organized crime network. The authorities are starting to listen. Last year, the police launched their Retail Crime Action Plan, and the government has announced funding to specifically tackle organised shoplifting crime. But they have their work cut out for them. Shortly after meeting Zeno, we found out that other members of his group were still active in the UK.